Hello, 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 collective. Welcome to Carmaboo Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Carmen. I am an intuitive tarot reader. I do use tarot cards, runes, numbers, letters, crystals, and colorful language. If any of that offends you, feel free to hard left the video. For those of you who are going to stay, we are going to get the yearly reading for the sign of Aquarius, you guys. Okay. So 2026 is a 10 year, okay? It goes to the number 10, to the power of 10, okay? That's 10 is representative to completion, perfection, new beginnings, the divine order of things, okay? So balancing between personal growth and spiritual evolution. You could be seeing a lot of things related to like closing out patterns or cycles, becoming more independent. These are energies that you're going to be feeling throughout the year and things that could potentially be happening, okay? Creating new opportunities for yourself. Think of it kind of like a karmic rebirth, okay? In the major arcana, 10 represents the Wheel of Fortune, which symbolizes life's cycles. So fate, karma, creation versus destruction, things like that. Solar eclipses this year are going to be February 17th in Aquarius and August 12th in Leo. Lunar eclipses are March 3rd in Virgo and the 28th in Pisces. All right. We're going to keep education short and simple. We're not going to go real deep into things. We're just going to get it rolling here. All right. What do we have going on in January for the Aquarius collective spirit? What is going on in January? The sun reversed. Okay, January might be kind of meh for you guys. You may just be feeling like the changes in the weather. Maybe some of us are colder, maybe some of us are hotter. It depends on where you're from. For the majority of us and the majority of my collective, it could be like seasonal depression could be kicking your butt. Some of you need to get out in the sun, or you could maybe do some investing in lighting to help with it as well. There's certain types of lights that help with certain kinds of moods or certain colors that affect certain moods. Some of you might need to do some crystal therapy there. Now, if this is not related to your feelings, this could also be for those of you who have children. It could be issues with your kids, okay? Maybe the kids are not doing so hot. They're not so happy about it. Maybe it's like going back from Christmas break, we're not having a good time, or they could be struggling with their friend group as well. Just the longevity of things is questionable in January, okay? All right. February. What is going on in February for Aquarius? What's going on in February? Wheel of Fortune. Okay. We're coming back up here in February, which is good. We do have planetary movements that are going to be happening in February, and we also have that solar eclipse on the 17th in your sign. So you could be feeling that power boost, which is great. Definitely could be a sign of good luck. It's going to push what I feel is the back end of these cycles. It's going to push them back out, like everything's going to be either falling back in routine, or new opportunities are going to be presenting themselves if you make yourself available to them here in February. Okay. It's definitely important. The 4 seasons could be really significant for you. You might be someone who like does really well during some seasons and not so great in others. Or maybe you're really good at the transitioning. Maybe you're better at the transition, or you're really bad during the transition, but you're good during most of the seasons. Like it's the transitional point where things get a little cuckoo for you. All right. What's going on in March for Aquarius? March for Aquarius. Good. Before we move to March real quick, February is going to be a good time for investment, switching jobs, signing important legal documentations. If you have a court date during February, it's probably going to have pretty good luck there with that, especially if you are putting in the work to end old patterns to begin new. Like destructing things that no longer serve you in order to create new opportunities in February. Okay. March. March. March for Aquarius. Okay. Okay, we're getting two. Three of Swords reversed with some clarity. Queen of Wands reversed. Yeah, somebody broke your heart or is going to break your heart here. There's definitely some trauma that's going to happen here in March. Um, it's going to piss you off. You're going to want to make people get away from me. Go away. Disappear. Don't talk to me no more. Like, you may be blocking people. You could be cutting them off from just cutting contact with them, like removing your energy from the situation. And it is due to some sort of traumatic event that happens. Okay, it's gonna create a lot of emotional chaos for you. It could even be physical pain that you feel from this situation. The situation is cloudy too. I don't know why I'm getting that. I don't usually get that from the Three of Swords, but like, shit is mucky. It's messy, and that's probably why it pushes you very quickly in March to that Queen of Wands energy here. Okay, so you're like, damn, that hurt. All right, fuck you, and you just boom, you're on to the next, moving on to things that are better fitted to what you were trying to achieve. All right, April. April for Aquarius. Ooh, the World card. Hello. How interesting. Some of you might be traveling. Some of you may be moving, switching jobs during that time. You could be looking into going back to school, maybe changing, like, not just your career, but like your area of specialty. Okay, like you may be putting yourself into a trade or putting yourself back through some sort of educational experience to obtain skills that you need in order to move where you're going. You may be kind of switching lanes from what you're doing before in order to accommodate for this loss in March. You're going to have to shift and go through a new cycle here. You're gonna have to push your ass through that doorway too, because I don't feel like you're gonna struggle too much to push yourself, but like you're dragging a bunch of shit with you through the doorway. Okay, like you got both hands full trying to get this shit done. All right, May. Four of Pentacles. All right, we're gonna be standing on business. Standing on business. Some of you might be looking into business ventures or investments of some sort. Hold tight to your money until you are 100% sure that it is secure. It is safe for you to move money around. And if you are choosing to invest, make sure that you're not investing more than a quarter of what you have net worth. Like, that's just kind of a rule of thumb here for May. Some of you might be doing like housing investment, like property investment, perhaps, could be maybe where this is going to. Maybe some of you decide to be landlords or something. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat, babe. Maybe some of you are looking into flipping houses. Some of you might be putting more value into your home. Like you're putting in the work now so that you can obtain equity out of the property you have, perhaps. If you're not looking above and beyond for investments, you may be trying to invest within what you already have or fixing what is already there. Okay? All right. June. What's going on in June? The star reversed. Okay. You're gonna be feeling a little down. You're gonna be feeling like your cup's a little bit empty and ain't nobody else helping you with no nothing here. You're gonna have to learn how to fill your own cup, how to revive your own faith in yourself here this month. And it could just be because shit is really hard and because you put a lot of your time and your energy into something that's not panning out or not giving the returns that you were hopeful for. Could be a relationship, could be whatever we decided to invest in, or maybe you decided, okay, maybe you're deciding, okay, when I switch lanes, maybe that wasn't a good choice. Maybe I need to veer back a little bit here. Maybe I need to switch back. Be careful in making large scale choices during June, okay? Like selling your property or moving abroad or switching your college major or whatever, buying a different car. Like, just be very careful about the large scale choices at that point, okay? This seems to be a pretty good financial term for you. Like, you are managing to keep the money in house. Like, you are managing to keep stability, to keep sanctuary for yourself. Kind of, that's where I'm at. But there's gonna be points where this is really fucking hard, and it could be a reflection of what happened 2 months prior. Maybe like this traumatic event happens in March and you move beyond it so quickly that you don't feel it until June. You really starting to feel it. So for some of us that could be loneliness. For some of us that could be feeling an energy low. Um, some of you, it could just be like the lack of the lack of faith from other people might be affecting you, because maybe it's like you do the investment, and it's sometimes it's people just not giving you the what do you call it, the oh, come on, spirit, what's the word? It's not respect. I mean, they may be being disrespectful about your choices, perhaps, but it's like you've put in so much work and you've done well up to this point. But the way that other people are looking at it, it's not up to their standards, or they feel like your conditions are not um, up to their standards, okay? And you're kind of at that point where you're in June where you're like, fuck your standards, dude. Like, I'm all right. Like, money's good, stability's here. Like, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Might be tired of people's attitudes, tired of people's talk, tired of people talking about you by that point, even. All right, what's happening in July? July? July for Aquarius? July? We got two. Nine of Cups reversed, Three of Wands reversed. All right. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that are looking at you like you're super cocky for no reason. They're looking at it like the plan has failed, okay? And you need to ignore those people, because what you're doing is you are aware. Okay, you're fully aware that the plan is not going as is, but you are still like proceeding with caution. And others are not really feeling like that is the best choice for you. But but in your head, in your reality, it's like a hiccup. Okay, there's hiccups, things don't always go as planned, but I'm still gonna keep doing this. I'm still gonna keep going with this. Some of you need to avoid drinking in July. For those of you that aren't taking on this goal or this new thing, like, avoid drinking during this time, or making any plans for travel during July, especially if it's like over water. That's a no-no. Some of you might be putting yourself between two other people in some form. Oh my God, please tell me it's not a love triangle. Good grief. Oh, we're avoiding those these years. Please no. All right, we're gonna go August. Yeah. Okay. August, somebody's coming in to help you out. Definitely. This is safety. This is protection. This is wanting to get away from the fuckery and like really seek safety and care. Okay? There's someone that's coming in to help put you out of the danger zone. Okay? This person could potentially be an air sign. Um, could be a fellow Aquarius. Could be a Gemini. could be a Libra. I'm trying to pull from the card because I feel like there's more to that than is being given. I might clarify that in a minute, but it's just really given the vibes of, and this person is probably the opposite sex of you. So if you're masculine, they're feminine, and if you're feminine, they're masculine. Okay, I'm not gonna say boy girl because just because you're a boy or a girl doesn't mean that that's the energy that you create. Okay, like we're not gonna go there today, but we're just saying. Maybe this person knows how to like help with projects, or this person knows like what resources that maybe they know about resources that you don't know exist to try to help you get through some stuff. Um, if it's not you having the issues and seeking the safety, this could be someone else coming to you to seek safety. This person could have a child. They may be needing your help to get to safety. Take it how it resonates. It's one or the other. September. Six of Cups reverse. All right. Sorry. I said I said chivalry is dead. This is like the X factor that comes in here in September. This could be maybe you're like homesick for somewhere that you're not, or you're heartsick for someone that you know that you shouldn't be. Something about under the cover of darkness too. Something about the darkness. Like you may be doing things at night that you know you shouldn't be doing. Could be unrequited love as well. Like perhaps you're like super, super involved with someone and you're just convenient for them. Could be a situation like that. This may be like the end of the love triangle thing. Like perhaps you let go of it back in August and now it's resurrecting itself here in September. For others of you where this is not a situation where like there's relationship stuff involved, this could be you really deciding that you actually do know exactly where the fuck it is that you miss being at. But you also know that it's not a good place for you to be. Like it's okay to be homesick for somewhere you can no longer have home at. It is absolutely okay to feel that energy. A lot of people could be dealing with grief at this point. Like if the trauma for March was a grief, a grievance, okay? If someone like maybe a loved one passed on or passes on, or a close friend or a coworker, a boss, a soul tribe member, who even a pet perhaps, okay? Like that nostalgia of wanting that I'm home feeling it is kicking up its ugly head there here in September. Like you're really in duress over things that cannot be changed. In your head, you know, mentally you know that circumstance is a done dollar, okay? You know that the circumstance is needed to be processed and healed. And you may have already healed yourself because it is in reverse here. But it does not stop the fact that you still have nostalgia. It's like when you have a flashback memory of someone that you have had so many good memories with or the best times of your life with, but you know that you can never speak to that person again. Like emotionally, you know the consequences of that action. And it's okay to feel that. It's a really crappy feeling. But for some of you, those people may be reoccurring. Okay? Or people, places, and things that you are nostalgic about may be coming back around in September, and it is going to put you in your feels, okay? It is. But you have to make the logical choice for your higher purpose here. Because I think deep down you know that it's not going to serve your purpose to move anywhere near those people, places, and things anymore. It's not going to do you no good. All right. You need to, and if it is a grievance, you need to grieve. You need to heal. You need to process and you need to heal from it. Some of you might be deciding that you need to go to therapy here in September. October. 2. The Hanged Man and the Two of Swords reversed. Big shift. Big shift in October here. Not only are you changing your perspective on something, you are also no longer fence sitting. It's like someone takes the blindfold off of you. Your blinders are gone. Okay, your blinders are gone. You are pulling this wagon, pulling this wagon, pulling this wagon up to this point, and you know where you're going, but you're not seeing what's going on around you. And then all of a sudden, ta-da! Blinders are gone and you see fucking everything. That's not clarification on whether it's good or bad, but I'm gonna say that I'm getting a wholesome vibe from it. It's like, oh, that's what we were doing this whole time. Okay. Okay. That's what we were doing. All right. Like it's something that you're not going to be happy to hear, but it is something you know you need to hear. Or something that you didn't see that you now understand, see and understand, comprehend it. And now that you comprehend what it is, you know what you need to do. You're not happy about what you need to do, but you know you need to do it. Okay. November. Limited options. So you bring yourself mentally out of that, oh, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. And then in November, you're like, all right, well, if I'm not going to do that, let me look at my choices. And then you're slowly realizing here in November that you have limited options by that point. It almost has like a failed opportunity to it. I mean, we had the opportunity for safety, the opportunity for good fortune, the opportunity to start new cycles, the opportunity to maintain our stability, to regain our faith and hope in ourselves, in our process. We also had this opportunity to fuck with shit, though. 2 of them. July and September. Okay, maybe we did not make good choices. Maybe okay, it's giving there are choices left. They're just not choices that you're particularly fond of because it's giving me 4 of cups in my head. Okay? To clarify it. So that what I'm saying is yes, there will be options. It may not be the options that you want, but you may be forced to choose one. Whether that's money issues, stability issues, house issues, emotional issues with things. Perhaps this is like a heart space issue where you have to make a choice when it comes to the emotional behalf of yourself. I am feeling like it's more of a physical thing, though. This could be about like material things, like the material type of stability. Perhaps this is like choosing a permanent location, choosing a permanent position at a company, choosing a for sure subject matter to study, or a for sure trade to put yourself in, or a for sure course that you need to take in order to advance in the career that you already have. Or maybe you're at that point where you're like, I need to decide like whether I'm going to keep this car or get rid of it. Or maybe for some of you, if the grief was a pet, maybe you're deciding if you do or do not want a new pet. Maybe some of you explore your options there and you decide, okay, I mean, they do have the type of pet I'm looking for, but I don't feel warm and fuzzy about it, so I'm not sure that this is a good choice. And it could be the same way with relationships. Perhaps you are putting yourself in a new relationship and you're like putting yourself out there a little bit, and you see that the options are like not great. So you're like, wow, like I come all the fuck out here for this? Like you're realizing that like the grass is not greener on the other side all the time. Okay, like there's consequences to action, okay? And you know that you needed to get rid of the bullshit. You knew that you needed to, and you did. But now you're looking at what you have or the options, the opportunities that are available moving forward, and you're like, I done did all of this for that. And it's almost disappointment. Some of you, maybe you put all this equity and this effort into a property, and like it's not worth as much as you thought for whatever reason. Or maybe the housing market crashes, and all of a sudden all of the equity you put into it is gone and you're ass backwards on the loan. Like, take it however it's going to resonate for you, but I'm telling you, here in November, like there's going to be situations where you are just not fucking happy about the results. Okay? December. Some of you might be feeling like people are fake too. Like feeling like people are fake. Maybe you're dealing with like catfish, fake profiles, fucking false information. Maybe things are like done, but they're not done exactly how they're supposed to be done. Maybe there's like a code enforcement issue. I don't know. I'm getting a lot. I'm getting a lot right now. It's the unknowing that's killing you up to that point. So once you finally know, you're like, yeah, I needed to know, but this sucks. All right, December. December. All right. Page of Wands. In December, you're going to be receiving some sort of communication about things that you're passionate about, things that you want to achieve. Okay. It is kind of a low grade energy, so it could just be like maybe it's somebody shoots you an email to offer you something, or maybe it's like someone offers a bid on the property that you're messing with, and maybe it's like it's an initial offer, but like maybe they're like coming in under asking price, and now you have to do the back and forth and back and forth and back and forth thing between the realtors, where you're like they're like, oh, well, say you're selling it for I don't know, 200,000, and they come in at like 180, and you're like, no, I'm gonna need the 200. So maybe then you're like, okay, well, 199.9. I don't know, something like that, something to that effect. Okay, like you offer them a little bit. Maybe then they come back with you like at reasoning why they feel the price should be lowered, and then you're like, oh, okay, let's bump it down 5 grand for those and call it square, and let's get this done. It's very much that type of energy. Like there may have to be like it's the start of the communication. Okay, in December it's the start of it, where you're like, okay, let's talk, let's discuss this, let's look into this. It's some sort of communication like that comes in. It definitely intrigues you. It entices you. Okay, it is very flirt. It could just be somebody being flirty as well. Maybe it's somebody that you have liked for a while, or they've liked you for a while, and they're finally coming in to shoot their shot. Or maybe it's you finally shooting your shot at somebody you've liked for a long time. Could be. It's positive energy. I'm feeling good vibes off of it. Mentally, you already knew that you were going to have to compromise on some things in order to achieve your goals here. So maybe you looked into a broader spectrum of options here and decided on something that you thought you weren't going to want, and now you do. So now you have to come in low and slow instead of hot and in a hurry like you typically do. I'm getting a runner chaser dynamic in my head. I don't know what that's about. Perhaps this person's energy is like that. Maybe that's where the back and forth is coming from. Maybe if you're talking to someone at this point, maybe it's like you wanting to move on from the talking phase, and maybe they're not ready for that. Maybe they're not ready to like meet in person and actually date yet. I don't know, something to that effect. Or maybe it's like someone coming to, or maybe it's like you're going through the classes and you're like, maybe this isn't what I want to do, but then something piques your interest here in December where you're like, oh, maybe it's like I'm just going to say it because I'm getting the situation in my head, so it may apply to somebody. When I was in college, I had this situation where I wanted to do nursing. I went to college for nursing to, um, I was going in to get my RN. After the first couple of weeks of classes, I very quickly realized that nursing classes are not for me. It was not my cup of tea. And I was sitting in a study group because I was struggling with the math class. And there was some people in there that were doing a psychology major. And they had some interesting point of views. And when we started breaking down like cost effectiveness for tuition and books and classes and what was required and not required for certain types of degrees, I decided to actually switch over. And I started talking to the advisor and looking into the programs because of that conversation with those people. And I switched over to criminology. It caused a whole shift. But it was because of that conversation that happened. Or like the house that I own now. That's another situation that's popping in my head where this is a valid to this energy where I was looking at houses and there was like, I picked like my top three. And I knew that there was one that was going to have a lot of equity. It was going to be a lot of fucking work, like a lot of work. And then the other one was like move in ready, but I would never make any money off of it. But it was done, dollar, move in, everything square, pay the mortgage, and get on with your life. And then there was a third option where it was away from my source of stability. Or as I could have put equity into it. It was not a whole lot, but it was enough that I still could have made profit off the house, but it was so far from my source of stability, I was nervous to move away from home base, if that makes sense. And I was sitting there with some of my family members, and they just kind of looked at me, and they looked at me, and they said, "Go within, you know, take take the afternoon and go to your spot." So I took the afternoon and I went to my spot. And as I'm sitting there listening to the waves of the shore, it clicked. Every time I thought about, at that point, I had one child. Every time I thought about her playing in the backyard of the house that I own now, because when we came to view the house, that's all she wanted to do was just run around the backyard. Like she could care less about the house. She did not care to pick which bedroom she wanted. She did not have any consideration of anything other than she liked the backyard. Like, and it made her so happy. I had not seen her that happy in quite some time. And it literally decided for me. This was what was going to be best for her. So maybe this is a situation where you're not just looking at what's best for you, maybe it's looking at what's best for the collective or what fits best. Okay? Like I decided that nursing wasn't for me. It was not a good fit. So I moved it to a different major. And I decided that this was the house that was best fitted for her happiness, for the collective happiness realistically, because the energy of all three of the three houses, I was the most attached to this house, and we've been here for almost 11 years now. So it could be a situation like that. But it is just, again, it is just the initiation of this. I want that. Okay? All right. Um, All right, let's get some advice. Advice for the collective. Advice. Advice for Aquarius for 2026, Spirit. Advice for Aquarius for this year. Advice for Aquarius for 2026, next year. It's incoming new year. Switch up. Switch up. Literally came out. Can you see it? Yeah. Switch up. Switch it up. Switch it the fuck up. Switch lanes. Turn it on, turn it off. Back and forth. Do what you need to do. But you need to switch up. Whatever the fuck was going on in 2025 cannot be going on in 2026. Okay? It cannot. It cannot. What else? Ooh. Love is going to be important this year, okay? That's going to be very important for you. War was in a challenge position, okay? So be careful about how much you are putting yourself into suffrage or causing conflict between other people. Like, you need to realize at some point this year, you're probably going to run into this because I'm feeling it hard. Like, you cannot reason with the unreasonable, okay? You can't. And you're going to come to that point where you realize that. Like, when you... It's not like an agree to disagree energy. It is literally a refusal. Like a flat-ass refusal of some sort. Don't go to war over it. Don't go to war over it. Don't give your energy to people who don't deserve it, okay? Perth is here, so matters of the occult, secrets, rolling the dice, mysteries, evolutionary changes. That's all could be happening this year. You also have Fihu, which is wealth and luck, okay? So money is going to be significant, and your luck is going to be significant. Pay attention to your astrological alignments to figure out when that luck is going to be the best. If I had to take a wild guess, I would guess February, April, August, and December. All right. Signs that could be significant. We already pulled air signs. Libra, Gemini, Pisces, Leo, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. Neptune is going to be really significant for you guys. With Perth here. Okay. Don't let things get mucked up. Don't let them get muddled. If you feel things getting off, switch up. All right. Those are the messages that I have for you guys. If they resonate, please do hit the like. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe. If you guys want a personal reading, my info is in the description box below the video. If you would like to tip or donate, that information is also in the description box. I do use CashApp. I will probably do a video about the astrological events in 2026. I need to get through the zodiac yearlies first, but I'm going to try to do a video about like the significant astrological events that are coming this year, okay? Especially revolving around the Neptune, because I know for me personally as an Aries, the Neptune is going to be real significant for us, but it is bringing a lot of closures to cycles, okay? Like a lot. And a lot of us are going to be feeling those energies. Saturn is also really significant this year. I'm not seeing it a whole lot in here, other than maybe the discipline in August and October. In June. Okay, so maybe you need to pay attention to the Saturn on those months. Maybe that will affect your ability to do what you need to do. Saturn also brings delays, guys. So maybe that is what some of the negativity might be about. Maybe there's holdups, delays that are frustrating, especially if you're trying to really make some large scale achievements this year. I feel like that unreasonable energy is September. Not for certain. It could be January as well. January or September, I feel, is where you get that unreason. You cannot reason with the unreasonable type of vibration. All right, that's what I got for you. Love you guys, pieces. See you in the new year.